Good morning to the young and the young at heart. As you see, my title this morning is Things God Loves and Things God Hates. And let's start with things God loves. Now, you probably know about some of these things if you think of some memory verses that you probably know. Well, there's a famous memory verse, John 3:16, of course. God loved the world. And there's another one that you might know that is also a famous verse. It says, God loves a cheerful giver. All right. What about things God hates? Well, you might be saying to yourself, God doesn't hate. Well, the Bible definitely says that he does. There's a very interesting passage in Proverbs 6 which tells us what God hates. And I have to give credit to the Net Bible. There's a footnote there in Proverbs 6 that made me think about what God hates, and also the opposite things are the things God loves. Prideful eyes, tongues that lie, hands that kill innocent people, minds that make evil plans, feet that are quick to run to evil, false witnesses who tell lies, and anyone who stirs up trouble in a family. But if we think about these things one by one, we can also see what God loves, because what he loves is the opposite of each of these things. So let's look at the first one, prideful eyes, or some translations say haughty eyes, which means not just your eyes, but the whole person who has an arrogant or prideful attitude, which you can often see in somebody's eyes, as in this picture of this man. I don't know who he is, but you could imagine that he has an arrogant attitude. God hates that kind of attitude. So, what does God love then? What is the opposite of that? Being humble. God loves the humble. Blessed are the humble because they will own the earth. That's also a famous memory verse in Matthew 5:5. That's called the Beatitudes, remember, in the beginning of Matthew 5 there, which we could say are the be attitudes. They are the attitudes that you should be. So you should be humble. Okay, what is the next thing? Number two that God hates in that passage? A lying tongue. Well, God doesn't just hate the tongue that lies. He hates if you lie, it's not just your tongue lying, it's you. So God hates lies, is what this is saying. So if he hates lies, what does God love? He loves the truth. And the Bible also says that we must love the truth in order to be saved. That's 2 Thessalonians 2:10. Number three, God hates hands that shed innocent blood. Not just the hands, but that would be people, the people who kill. So, what is the opposite of that? God loves people who protect life. So, I have to think of abortion here because most innocent lives would be babies. People who kill babies are not innocent themselves, but God loves people who protect life. That would be the opposite. What is the fourth thing that God hates? It says, minds or hearts that make wicked plans. They're almost the same in the Bible. Your mind is your heart. So, evil thoughts in your mind and making wicked plans in your mind. So, what would the opposite of that be? God loves good and pure thoughts. Here's a good verse with a good list. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent and worthy to be praised, think about these things. So God loves excellence. Number five, it says God hates feet that are swift to run to evil. And not just the feet, obviously, but the whole person. So that means people who do evil things. God hates that. What does God love then? What is the opposite of that? People who are eager to do what is good. And it says that in Titus 2, verse 4. Number six, God hates false witnesses who pour out lies. And that means people who are not honest, people who tell lies. Now, the picture there is obviously in a courtroom setting, and you know that the witness who takes a stand has to swear or affirm on the Bible that he or she will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But also, it doesn't just apply to a courtroom, it applies to our whole lives. We should be honest in everything, whether it's doing our taxes as adults or even something as small as playing a board game. Don't cheat on the board game. If you're honest in small things like that, then you can be trusted in larger things. So God hates people who lie, but he loves honest people. It says, speak the truth in love, Ephesians 4:15. And the last things, number 7, God hates people who spread trouble among family members. So, what is the opposite of that? He loves people who make peace. Also says that in the Beatitudes, blessed are people who make peace because they will be called children of God. Matthew 5:9, and that's also from the Beatitudes where we learned that blessed are the meek or the humble, they will own the earth. So we want to be and do these things that God loves so that we can be children of God. As it says there, I am a child of God, and you are too.